Hello and welcome to day 158 in this quest for a 2000 rapid chess rating on chess.com. Alright, we're waiting for an opponent here. Will I have the white or the black pieces? If I have white, I'm going to try probably the Jabava London system. With black, alright, I have white. So here we go. Try the D4 opening and play knight to C3. Okay, we have the Jabava London here. Let's see how they respond. Interesting. A fianchettoed position. So we'll go ahead, play that common move, and right away we'll start attacking here. Maybe that'll scare them a little bit. All right. So yeah, this has them thinking already immediately, which I guess that's good. Okay. So we probably want to bring our queen up at some point. Okay. Well, now we can play this. This is a common theme. We press this pawn, keeps the knight out of the position. We're also threatening to play G4 here, attacking this bishop. So that's good. All right, so now we can just chase this bishop away. We might as well do that. So we'll just go ahead and chase his bishop back. Now it has to retreat, and that allows us to bring our bishop up here towards the center. So, now if the bishop goes back to here, it blocks the e-pawn. If it goes up here, it blocks the knight, which is probably wanting to go to D7 anyway, so maybe the bishop has to go all the way back. All right, so that's interesting. Now we can develop our bishop. Where is best? Well, probably just bring our bishop out to here would be the best thing to do. So we'll go ahead and just develop our bishop, aiming at their king side. Okay, so now I don't know if we want to capture. We probably just want to chase this knight back. So we'll go ahead and just attack the knight, chasing it away. All right. So now, probably have to develop our other knight. Obviously we have to go here. Or do we bring our queen up and get ready to castle? That's another option as well. Now, he's probably going to push this pawn forward. So, I think I'm going to go ahead. It could open this up. I need to figure out if there's a better spot to put that. And can I take advantage of anything here? Um, hmm. Well, probably need to move this queen up. All right, I'm just burning up too much time. So we'll move the queen. Get ready to jump our knight up here. We can castle to the queen side if we need to. Hmm. So we can go ahead and castle to the queen side, but then he could drum up an attack on us, starting to push everything. He's probably most likely going to castle over here. Need to see if there's a way we can take advantage. All right, yeah, so already he's probably planning on pushing forward here. Why would he play that move? Maybe a waiting move to see what I'm going to do. All right. Probably need to develop this other knight. Let's see. If I develop the other knight, all right, yeah, now I'm running out of time. So let's just go ahead and do that. I could maybe jump this knight up here, but I have to watch out. Man, I thought also of just capturing the other knight, getting rid of my bad bishop. I could capture. Okay, so here normally you want to go ahead and take. But then that knight will be able to target my good bishop. All right, and otherwise I'm going to have a trapped bishop here if I'm not careful. So do I take? If I take, it can release this other bishop to attack. I don't want to help his knight develop here. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have something tricky here? No, if I take this pawn and his bishop takes and I attack it, he can go back to here. All right. Well, I'm pretty much forced to capture, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So now what? Well, now I could. Do I jump up here and attack his other bishop? Uh, hmm. All right, all right. If I go here and he captures, I could end up with doubled pawns, which is not so great. All right, I think I'm going to just go ahead and castle here. Problem now is that his bishop could drop back. He could push his central pawn, chasing my bishop. I need to get something moving here. Should I go ahead and capture? Oh, now it's too late to capture. Do I drop my bishop back? He could bring the other one in here. Okay. All right, all right. Do I go here? All right, I'm just burning up time. I'm going to go there, keep his knight out. Man, did I have a better move, like capturing this pawn if he takes? I could take this pawn. But then if he captures, I capture. I would just get 2 pawns for that piece that I gave up. Huh. All right. Well, here, do I go after this knight here? Maybe. If I do that, he's just going to capture there. All right, let's just go ahead and attack. Attack his knight. I mean, if I was him, I would knock out this bishop and take the bishop pair. And that's what he did. All right. Now we're targeting this pawn. So that's good for us. So now we can try and, okay, so he goes there. That's interesting. All right. Do we give up the other one? Okay. All right. right, our queen is under attack. I don't know, it looks like we're pretty much forced to capture. Right, we're going to take that. And now what? Now what? Well, at least we have a central pawn. So that's good for us, I guess. Problem is, if he pushes this pawn, tries to open things up over here, and both of his bishops are aiming down towards where my king is. All right. And also, I could jump up here with my other knight. Okay, so he just goes ahead and captures. So I guess we're doing the same thing. And that'll allow us to try and double our rooks up, so that's good for us. If I was him, what would I do? Castle? No, I mean, he has to take care of his bishop here. All right. Well, I should probably... Oh, man, that's kind of tricky. I should press this pawn, get ready to go after his bishop. All right, he's obviously wanting to attack here. What should we do? Jump? Okay, I still have plenty of time, so let's think a little bit. He's wanting to push. If he pushes this pawn here, I can just capture this pawn. Then if he captures, I can capture. Something like that. We probably need to double our rooks. So doubling the rooks would be good here. So we'll go ahead and just double our rooks up. All right. Now, maybe I start pressing forward here. Or bring the knight up. No. All right. Perhaps I jump in here. What is a threat that I can do? If I push this pawn, he could try and push here. All right, let's just do that. Start pushing that pawn forward. See if we can open up his king, maybe. Also, we have a chance to just attack his bishop if we push forward. He may push this pawn immediately. If he pushes his F pawn and we capture, he would have to capture with the rook. All right, I don't know. It's still kind of tricky, and my opponent is ahead here by a minute. So if he allows me to push this pawn forward and he has to back up, that could be serious as well if he wants to try and push this. I have to watch out. Okay, so here we go. This person's playing kind of tricky because now if we trade off rooks, oh wait, I can just attack him. And then he'll back up. If we trade off rooks, he ends up here. Okay. So I need to move my king up, I think. Move my king up. All right, I'm going there. All right. What now? Do I go here? All right, do I chase him away? Need to figure out how to get my king in a better position. All right, so this is the question. He's got this bishop versus my knight, so that's better for him in an endgame if we trade off the rooks. So do I get everything to trade off? So, okay, if I attack here and he has to retreat, I trade everything off, his bishop ends up here, I push this pawn forward. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that while I can. All right, now, do we trade everything off? That is the question. And then it'll allow me to push this pawn. And then I'll have a passed pawn here. All right, let's do it. All right. Okay, do I ignore this? Do I ignore this or do I capture? I go here. Okay, I can't ignore that. I have to capture. So I pretty much have to capture like that. All right, now do I go after another one, or I probably should ignore that, go over here and get a passed pawn on this side. So let's do that. Let's do that. Then we'll have a passed pawn. All right. Have to go that way. Now, if he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves, he gets to that. So I need to push this forward. I think he's winning in this end game. I think he's winning in this end game. I need to push this forward. Do I go here and here? I need to get my king into the action. All right, so, all right. Well, at least he stayed on the back rank. I thought he would have charged forward. Okay, so if I go here, do I immediately push forward? I think we'll go there first. That gives me time to move over. To here, get my knight maybe up to here. Well, if I go there, all right. Well, now I can go there and target that or protect, but more importantly, I'm targeting this pawn. So I can pick off the g6 pawn, protect my pawn. Now here's the question. Do I take? He could go here and trap my knight from being able to move. All right. Do I come over here and prevent his Okay, let me think about this. This is going to be the turning point of the game. I could play defensive and just go back here, protecting the pawn. But his king will just start marching down here. If I pick this off, it gives me a potential passed pawn over here. So probably should just do that. And then I can, if his king heads this way, I could start marching this pawn over. All right. Well, now I could go after this, and now the game could end up as a draw. So if I go here, he takes, I take, he takes the other pawn, then it'll end up being a draw. If I push this pawn, and he goes here with his king, and I drop back, or what if I ignore him and I push forward? Do I go for the safe draw by dropping back here, picking off this pawn, and he picks off my two pawns? So I either do that, oh, wait a minute, I have this other move. If he attacks me, I could go here, then drop back here and protect. All right. I don't know, that could have been dangerous. But I have two passed pawns now. I should have probably calculated a little bit more, but I am running lower on time, so he's in check. If he comes down here towards that, well, now I can just protect this. Now I could maybe start running my king over here and going after this pawn, and then try and march my pawn majority. If his king starts coming down, okay. Well, I probably need to get my king over here. All right. Well, now do I start pushing this one forward? All right, I need to take the opposition. Get ready to start pushing this pawn forward if he goes after the other one. Okay, well now I can start pushing this other pawn. And then I can pick this pawn off as well. All right. Okay, so I could probably just stay right here and then try and get my knight involved in the game next. So if I bring my knight here and here, that'll allow me to bring this pawn up to g4. So all right, we're in a good position here. So I should just bring my knight into the game. And now I could probably just bring this pawn all the way up here. Just put it right here. If I take, though, his king's going to be able to come over here and trap me on the edge. So we'll just go here. And then I'll be able to jump my knight in here. All right, maybe I need to cover this square. So I could just attack him. And then place that up there. But then he could move forward, hitting my knight. All right, here, my other option is this. I just jump my knight up here and start marching this pawn forward. I probably should have moved it up one to b6 while I could. All right. Well, we might as well just attack him. Then we could jump down here. All right. All right. Maybe I'm making this harder than it should be. Okay. I go here. I could go there, get ready to push that forward. All right. Well, now I could go here and keep him from controlling that diagonal. Oh, sneaky. He could knock out both those pawns. All right, we'll do that. Then go after this other pawn, which is probably what I needed to do. Okay, okay. All right, I might as well just start. Well, before we do that, let's push this pawn up, get it close to the edge. All right, now we can knock that out. All right, so now we just go there, get ready to push the other pawn forward. Okay. Well, should get our knight into place as well to help. So here we'll threaten a fork. We threaten a fork. Okay. Well, now we can just attack and trap the king off to the side here. He'll be stuck in the corner. Then we can just All right. I should be careful that I don't blow this. Do I go here, get ready to push this? All right, yeah, let's quit fooling around and promote this other pawn. Might as well go here to stop the king from coming forward. Then we can push up here, go here. So we want to go here, here. Oh, wait, not there. There. And push our pawn and get him to trade off. All right. So we'll go there. Oh, now if he move, well, might as well just go there and we'll get rid of his bishop. And then just use our knight to promote one of these pawns. Sorry about this. It's a long end game, and this game is turning into a long game here. So we're on move 60 right now. But I'll be able to press this pawn forward. He'll have to give up his bishop. Then we can just use our knight to promote. Now, where do we want this knight? So we want it here. So we need to go down here and up to keep him out of that corner. And then now we can press forward and promote our pawn to a queen here. Yeah, so they resigned. All right, because the queen or the pawn is promoting to a queen. All right, let's do a game review. I don't know, that game seemed a little bit tricky there. So I played at 82.7 versus their 75.4. Oh man, they had an advantage here early in the game. I must have messed something up. And then I pulled out of it I had an advantage and started giving it away. And then there in the end, I came back. All right, so 3 great moves versus their 2. I had 7 inaccuracies versus their 4. I had 4 mistakes versus their 4. They had 1 blunder, so we'll have to see what that was. And then I played at a 2,000 rating level versus their 1750, which I don't know if you can even see that here. There, I'll move there. So I played at 2,000 versus their 1750. And then I'll take a look at the openings. In the opening, it looks like I played at 82.4 versus their 91. And then I did 90% in the middle game, and they did 73. 80.5 in the end game versus their 73.2. All right, quick game review, and then we'll do some computer analysis and see what we could have done better. All right, so far these are book moves. This was bad. They don't like this move. Why? Why is that a mistake? It allows the opponent to kick a bishop, which is what I did. So they like that move a lot. And that was a mistake. Apparently, I should have just pushed forward here and tried to open things up a little bit. Okay. So I'll definitely take a look at that in the analysis. So because I didn't do that, it allows them to play g5. And so I chased the knight. Now another mistake. They should have castled. And then I capture here, and that's not good. Apparently I should have counterattacked with my e-pawn. And castling. It did not like this castling move. Yeah, because then I was in a little bit of trouble after that. All right. All right, yeah, so some moves to look at for sure there. See, I thought he was going to march down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. He could pick that off. You know, what do I do after that? I don't know. I think he could have marched down here and gone after this pawn immediately. If he would have done that, I could have attacked his bishop. Then started pushing my pawn. But see, I don't know if even if he gave up his bishop for this pawn, I don't know if I would have enough time to get my king over. Because he would probably be able to knock out both my pawns unless I could defend one. I don't know. That's pretty tricky. Definitely something else to look at. So that was a blunder right there, apparently. Allowing me to get my king. Actually, this move. They like that even better. Because this stops the king from moving down the light squares. I mean, he could still move here. All right, and really like that move. All right, so Okay, let's take a look at computer analysis, I guess, from the beginning. So we tried to set up I tried to set up the Jobava-London system, which is d4, pawn to d4, knight to c3, and then we want to get the bishop to f4. And so this is the Jobava-London system, although this calls it, the computer says it's Queen's Pawn Opening Chigorin variation. So, what does this opening do? We target the c7 pawn. We could probably try and jump our knight up here and pile up on this pawn. If we do that, he would have to jump his knight to the edge here to protect. But instead he plays this. So this is a book move, apparently. So I go here. Then what? Start pushing up here to, I don't know, I just didn't have a good follow-up. So I don't know, I'm still learning the ins and outs of this opening. Because I only started playing it this year. All right, that is a mistake. Apparently h5 immediately would have been better. So, if they played h5, then what? I should just play bishop to d3, it looks like. But they didn't play that, so then I find the right move here, chasing their bishop back. We line up here. Well, so this was a mistake. Apparently, now the game's about even. I should have played h5. So if I play that, they recommend h6 as being best, and then I should capture or capture. So it looks like the computer's kind of split on the decision there. So if they capture, then what? Queen up to d2. Or, well, now it's saying bishop to d3, and that might make a little bit more sense, because bishop to d3, now I'm targeting this. The bishop could drop back and protect, though. And now queen to d2. So something like that. All right, but in the game, I play a move that looks okay, but apparently it's a mistake because it gives them time to push here. G5 is best, but now I only have a slight edge. They retreat, and now that was an inaccuracy, and now the game has shifted in Black's favor. I should have played knight at G to E2 immediately. Okay. So I should have played that, and then they like knight to A6, and then I should capture and wreck their pawns over here. Huh. Okay. Oh, and that's probably why, because yeah, if I play this first and they play knight to A6, here, and then my bishop captures and their pawn captures, doubling these pawns, then my queen could jump up here and target that doubled pawn. All right, but in the game I move there, getting ready to castle. That is a mistake. So apparently they should have castled there. So castle. If they castle, it says that's best. Then I should play knight at C to E2. Getting out of the way of my C pawn. So then if they push, I'm able to play C3. Something like that. But in the game, we had this position. And then I finally play this knight to E2 move, and it likes that. C5, the best move, is played. And here I had one move. E4. Huh. Oh man, yeah, that's a little tricky to see. So that was a mistake, and now the game shifts in black's favor. So I had to play e4, and if they try to trap my bishop, I capture this pawn and attack their bishop. So they recommend capturing. C takes d4. That's another option. You know, if they do this, then I capture, attacking their bishop. They take. I take. They capture another piece, as do I. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this would have been crazy. Queen captures. Knight takes e2 and protects. Queen to d5. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that was a little tricky there. But in the game, we have this. Capture, and now black is ahead here. That was a mistake. Apparently, b4 immediately attacking the knight would have been better. They would take my bishop. I capture. Now I have two central pawns. I guess that's not bad. But after d4, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, and the queen could take, but they actually recommend a knight jumping in here attacking both of them. Wow, yeah, so a lot of stuff was going on in that game right in the beginning. Okay, another knight is developed. I play a3 here, which was an inaccuracy. Apparently king to b1 would have been better. And I've seen that a lot. A lot of times, king to b1 or b8 when you castle on the queen side. Apparently that is, you know, a pretty strong move. I think even Gotham Chess mentioned it, that it's usually a good idea to do that. All right, so here, castling kingside is what they recommend, and then we would have opposite side castling, and the game could probably get pretty crazy with counterattacking on each side. All right, in the game, a3 was played, so immediately they start a pawn storm here. I try to block it, but apparently knight to d4. Computer likes that better, but man, you know, I would just be behind. You know, they would start trading off here. So anyway, let's speed this up. In the game, they capture. I lose my bishop pair. My queen is recapturing, but now we have the knight attacking. A mistake. Once again, castling would have kept black in the lead by quite a bit. By 1.78. Now the game jumps in my favor by 0.63 after I give up my other bishop, and then I grab a pawn. So after capture, and that's a mistake. They should have kept the bishop pair. So instead, castling. Once again, they want castling here. But they capture. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Why would you do that? Give up your bishop pair when you're behind in material. You know, you're just helping me trade more pieces off. But maybe my opponent thought that all these pawns on the dark squares in the endgame would be a winning advantage. So capture, capture. This just helps me get rid of more material. Now the bishop has to retreat, and instead it goes here instead of bishop to g7. So I double the rooks. That's the best move. Castling finally on what? Move 21. And this is not what the computer wanted. So king to b2 immediately would have been better. So the rook centralizes. Finally, I find the king to b2 move there. Other rook to the center on the half open file, targeting this pawn. So king to b3, although it also likes an immediate c3. And his king starts centralizing. So now I attack, and it says this is good. White is still in the lead here. After this retreat, I should capture. They should have captured with the bishop to keep keep rooks on the board. So I take, which is best. And now c4 is the best move. And f4 best. They start trying to get rid of pawns, which is what you want to do if you're behind in material in an endgame. Get rid of all these pawns so I can't promote them. Okay, that was a mistake. So apparently e6 would have been better. Huh. Okay, yeah, I didn't even think about that move. e6 would restrict the king. This pawn is kind of stuck here. Then f5 is best. Oh no, it didn't like that. Hold on, now it's saying that is not the best, that capturing here is better. But at this point, yeah, now I'm ahead pretty good here. King takes, bishop to b6 is what it likes best. Huh. Oh, getting ready to go down here and target this. So I should play king to d5. Then what? King over to e8. Now it doesn't like that. No, hold on. Why didn't they just go here? Like, why wouldn't they just play that immediately? Oh, because I can capture. And then if they capture, we have f7 and a passed pawn up here. All right. Okay, anyway, yeah, that could have been a tricky endgame there. All right, instead we have this. A4 apparently is best. But I capture that way. Push forward, capture, capture. Yeah, that did kind of pull my king to the edge of the board, though. Now the game's almost even again. So I kind of messed that up. So let's see what I could have done better there. Now they're saying c5. So is that best to immediately grab or put this passed pawn up here? Yeah, now it's even saying king to c3 is better. What about this? They would take. I take, threatening to push this pawn. King up to f7. c5. All right, something like that. But in the game, we had an exchange of pawns here. Also exchange over there. My king starts centralizing. Now here, the best move is king to c5, and I did not find it. Should have gone here. So a blunder. King to e6 would have been better. Yeah, and this is what I thought was going to happen, that he would start marching down through there. So if I go here, you have bishop check, king to d4. Oh, and they can grab that pawn. Okay, so why wouldn't I just go here? Yeah, that's probably more likely. But then here goes this king. It says the game's even, but this is what I was afraid of in the game. Bishop up to c7. King up to d5. King to g4. So I'm going to go after his pawns. He takes. I go here to protect and take his pawn. King over to g4. I capture. But his pawn is on the run here. I have to go here to stop it. Oh, man. He can attack me. How is this even? It looks like I'm losing at this point. They recommend I go here. Then if he takes, oh man, I start marching up. There. Bishop has to go to d4 to stop me. This pawn pushes. That is ignored in favor of pushing their pawn. And now we're really close here. Oh, yeah, that's just a crazy endgame. Okay, so what happened? They had a blunder here. It allows me to jump up, attack this pawn. So they go after this, but I'm able to capture and protect. So he moves his king over here, getting ready to run my knight. So I start pushing. Knight's under attack, but it allows me to check. And then I can drop down here and protect. But apparently, king to d5 would have been better. Huh. I don't know. That's just crazy computer variations there. Because that would have been... If I allowed him to capture this pawn and then start running his pawn, I don't know. It seems like it would be difficult to get a win out of it. All right. Huh, that wasn't best. Best would have been knight to f5 check, getting the king out of the way of that pawn. So we could take a look at that. Knight to f5 check. King should retreat. And then king up to f6. The bishop could check me, but then I could capture. So apparently they like king to e8, but now they're just losing. Well, there's already a mate in the future. All right, but in the game we had this move. They start attacking here. My knight drops back. Protect the pawn. All right, would it have been better for them to move their king over here? Nah, I don't know. Probably not. All right, anyway, I start pushing my pawns. This knight move is an inaccuracy. Apparently, immediately playing h6 would have been better because if I do that, what do they do? King up to f8 is the best chance. Then my king comes over. They could check me. All right, final moves of the game. So I go here. I'm able to promote. He has to give up his bishop. I capture. And then I just bring my knight over here to keep his king out of that corner so I can push forward and promote. And after this, my opponent resigns. All right, well, interesting game. Feel free to leave comments if you would like. like and support, excuse me, like and subscribe to support the channel if you haven't already. So thank you for watching and have a super chess day.